Question 2. In what ways does your video use, develop or challenge the forms and conventions of real music videos? Upon researching various R&B videos, I noticed that they are probably the most stereotypical genre. Typically, they would consist of some part miming to the camera, either performance-based or storytelling. The characters are portrayed as materialistic, and the shots are focused on either the physical looks of the character or the relationships between the characters. Especially in contemporary R&B videos, there are a lot of dancing, which means that the setting's often in a nightclub or a party scene, like a pool party or something. The R&B genre originated from the African Americans, however, the genre audience is now much more diverse, generally aimed at 13 to 25-year-olds. This kind of audience appreciates the conventions and now expects a new release to include them. My music video definitely uses a number of the generic R&B music video forms and conventions. For a start, my male character, which is the lead singer, is performing to the character and miming the lyrics for quite a large proportion of the actual video. This allows the video to explore the lyrics, which I integrated with other shots which told a story and portrayed the meaning of the song. As it fitted with the lyrical meaning, I also included a cliché, one dominant male character with his two vulnerable girls fighting over his love. This is very stereotypical, and I think it reflects a modern teenage society. This means the target audience for my video will be able to relate to the R&B music videos, so the main singer appears twice on the screen, creating an interesting effect. I also use silhouette of the characters within my shots, which reflects the characters' personalities and is lyrically fitting. R&B music videos always seems to focus predominantly on one female character, showing her emotions through specific camera angles. Instead, I decided to develop this idea and have my main girl character crying, which the teardrop then drops into a pool of water and fades into a shot of the ocean, with the ship sailing away. I think this works well and creates emotion in an artistic manner. The close-up shots create intimacy between the audience and the on-screen characters, which is very, very typical of that genre again. I dress my characters in the typical attire of R&B artists. Otherwise, I think that they just would have looked out of place with the music choice, really. The male, which was Dan, was wearing a fashionable hat with jeans and a variety of tops, whereas the girls were dressed in heels, dresses, lots of makeup, hair done, which is suitable for the male gaze theory. The audience would expect to see this gorgeous, flirtatious and provocative girl in these types of music videos, rather than a shy girl that barely bothers with her appearance and isn't dealing with the relationship issues. I also chose to challenge a lot of the conventions of real music videos of this genre. So mine came across as, I think it came across as quite unique and refreshing in that sense. I desaturated around half of my music video, which I did because the song explores love within the relationships, and I thought because a majority of the old-fashioned films are black and white, which is symbolic of love issues and stuff like that, I thought it would work well, and I think it does. R&B music videos are typically set in partying locations too, but I kind of wanted to avoid that really because it's just so cliche, I don't know, they're all like that really. So I decided to set my music video in a rural location instead of the typical urban scene. This pulls away from all the the conventions that follow the typical urban setting, like rivalry, crime scenes, sex scenes, drug consumptions, all of that stuff really. I didn't really feel the need to include in my piece because I wanted it to be more refreshing and not completely reflect the bad teenage society today. I feel that filming indoors without the use of high-tech equipment can sometimes degrade a video, as the space isn't always used creatively. So I tried to avoid that as well. However, I did film the intimate scenes with Chantal that was in my bedroom with like a spotlight and stuff, so that worked okay. My edits aren't as fast paced as the other R&B videos, so I'm stepping away from the conventions again. However, they do reflect the song's structure. I decided to animate the opening of the song by drawing a globe covered with girls, fitting with the lyrics "Beautiful girls all over the world." I've never seen this done in R&B music videos before, but I thought it'd be an interesting concept, maybe intrigue the audience and add like a contemporary effect, without using knives, guns, drugs, unacceptable behaviour. I also decided not to display the name of the artist and song title at the beginning and end of the song. This was quite a risky thing to do, really. However, the only purpose of that is to, it's just a marketing benefit of it, which was adopted from MTV, but has now become like an important convention of music videos simply due to the need of recognition. So I thought that with all of the like latest technology, such as like song detecting apps on mobiles and Google search engines, finding a song you like is just so easy now. I didn't feel the need to put the external writing on because I didn't really want to ruin the beginning and ending shots. So overall, I'd say that I did use enough conventions to make it clear that it's an R&B music video, and that I think it would still work as one, but I also developed some conventions in order to make it stand out and produce a more like visually interesting and attractive video than the completely like conventional music videos, which are on channels like MTV. Sometimes they're always just so repetitive. I just kind of wanted to create something really individual, really.